Yeah. So man, how y'all doing? This is Relationship 101, R101. Um, and I'm your boy, Sylvester Wilson. In case you ain't know that, Sly. Man, like it's so many different things that you could call me, but that ain't even important, right? What's important is the fact that in long-lasting relationships, right, committed long-lasting relationships, because some of us we're in long-lasting relationships, but can't necessarily call them committed ones, because maybe throughout the years, y'all been cheating on each other for like 55 years. You know what I'm saying? And so, and y'all only been together for 5 years, but you've been cheating on each other for 55 years. It be like that sometimes, man. I ain't judging, you feel me? Like, but some of us are in those type of relationships. You know what I'm saying? So that, I wouldn't call that a committed, long-lasting relationship, but just a long-lasting relationship. So what I'm talking about right now is the committed, long-lasting relationships. You feel me? You got to put that work in. You feel me? To earn that second title. Yeah, you got a long-lasting relationship, but to earn that committed one, you got to go ahead and put that work in, man. Small steps create long distances. You know what I'm saying? So let's work on the small steps, right? So when y'all first got together, you know what I'm saying? It's some prerequisites that you may have skipped. Let's be real. The Western society has kind of taught us the wrong way. We look at TV and movies and all that and think that we really take these things into our consciousness, and really they help to shape our culture of dating, right? Our culture of marriage. They tend to shape these things, right? And so we wonder why the divorce rate, you know what I'm saying, is so freaking high, because we skip prerequisites, right? Just things we're not thinking about. We more so on, we marry according to fairy tale. Like it's not very, it ain't based on experience. That's why it's important too. If you like young in the game and you thinking about getting married, or even if you just got married, or even if you've been married for a long time, like mentorship is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. If you can find an older couple, that you respect, you know what I'm saying, in that degree, in that aspect, in that, in marriage and relationship, then get them to marry. Try to get them to mentor you. You feel me? Drop some jewels on you. Stay connected to them people, man. It helps, because you never know when you need to tap in and ask some questions, when you need to get some counsel in, and just from somebody who experiences it, you know what I'm saying, and who has experienced it. So R101, man. R101. Let's get into it, man. So first and foremost, when we start off, I feel like friendship, man. Friendship should be the basis, the foundation of any relationship, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's whatever. Now, I understand you're saying like be, you got to be friends with, within business. Business is business, right? It ain't personal. But friendship has to do with relating. You know what I'm saying? More than anything, the basis of friendship is one question, right? Do you like me? Remember that in elementary? Like, the reason why it happens in elementary. Do you like me? Circle yes or no, right? That happens in elementary, in the early parts of our educational years, because it's foundational. You know what I'm saying? It's foundational. It's practical. It's so let's stick to that. And I feel like even if you're in a long-lasting relationship, a committed long-lasting relationship, right? If you're married, if you just been together forever, right? And you want to see that thing work, man, revisit that question. Do you like me? Right? Think about that, man. Because if you find yourself with a person that you don't like, you used to like them, but you don't like them no more, then y'all need to y'all got to go back to the table. You feel me? You have to do whatever you can to make sure that certain characteristics are still alive in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? What made me start to like them in the first place, right? What made them talk to them? What made you start to like me in the first place? Like, what was it that attracted you to me? You to me? What aspects was it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all go over those things. And over time, things change. So it may not be the same necessarily, but you do want to understand. Get more understanding you can get with that person, the better. That's what y'all there for. Communicate, man. Talk. You should talk to that person more than you talk to anybody. You feel me? And if you're not, if you don't, then that need to change too. Well, I should hope that it changes. You know, I can't tell you what you need to do. That's on you. But friendship, man. Friendship. You feel me? Friendship is so key because even within relationships, marriages, long-lasting committed relationships, you might be having the spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend like beefing with your friends, because dang, you always hanging out with your friends, and because you got this state, your partner can have such a loyalty to their friends, and you can't stand it because it you know, you can clash with that. But what that tells you more than anything is how important friendship is, right? Because y'all fell in love, and yeah, at the beginning they might have stiff-armed their friends. You feel what I'm saying? They might have stiff-armed them and gave them that room, but you know, quality friendships, like they gonna be there. Them people still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? But that just tells you that friendship lasts more than anything. So we find ourselves in these. I think we fall for the titles, right? Husband, wife, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, just because you marry somebody don't mean that you know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing them and getting to knowing them is a lifelong quest. You feel me? And you should always be attentive to them, because throughout time they're gonna change. And just like a phone, just like your phone updates automatically, when you're friends with them, right? Then you kind of update automatically to what has changed in them, right? Because you're attentive to what's going on with them. What used to turn them on may not turn them on no more. What they used to like, what their favorite food was, may not be the same anymore, right? You got to know these things because you got to deal with them according to knowledge. That's biblical, right? I ain't no Bible scholar or nothing like that, but you know, I done read a few things. You know what I'm saying? And so friendship, right? Do you like me, right? If you don't like me, right, you find yourself not liking me. I can't stand this nigga, and he just right? I liken relationships sometimes to a home, right? To a house, right? The longer you're in a relationship, all right, let's say when you first get in a relationship, it's like a house, right? You just got a new house, you walk in, you know, it's something like you never had a house before. It's exciting, right? You love every square inch of it. You know what I'm saying? It's an adventure to you. It's intriguing, everything. Over time, that changes because the furniture, where the table at, where everything at is in the house, like everything is still gonna be where they are every day you walk in and out of that house. Nothing is changing. You feel what I'm saying? And so over time, it becomes monotonous. You know what I'm saying? You can get bored with that. You know what I'm saying? And something I learned is that, you know, sometimes, you know, you have to either visit different places in the house, right? Explore the house more. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some things that you'll never know about your spouse unless you actually explore them to that degree. And that's what friendship is coming from, right? Because there's some things that you reveal to your friend that you wouldn't reveal to a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife. Sound crazy, right? But it's true. You know what I'm saying? So if your husband and your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend is your friend, it opens you up. It makes you more comfortable with being yourself and everything. Oh, friendship is amazing. Friendship is amazing. I really believe friendship is from God. Like really. You feel me? Because it's such a mutual bond. You know what I'm saying? Some friends that you have, some of your best friends that you have in your life, sometimes it's even hard to even realize like how y'all even became. You know what I'm saying? Because it was such a mutual thing that happened. And it just is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would suggest that, you know, in a long-lasting relationship, you know, stop sometime, man, and ask yourself, man, you know, or ask that person, do you like me? You know what I'm saying? Why? Why do you like me? Ask yourself. Do I like this person? Which I'm sure you already had this conversation with yourself plenty of times. Do I like this person, and why not? You know, what actually attracted me to them in the first place? Share that with that person, man. Like, y'all go ahead and break bread on that, man. Because the key is to continue to find better ways of communicating with each other. New things that intrigue you about the person, right? And strengthening that bond, man. And friendship is definitely the vehicle in which you should do that, right? Because sex ain't gonna hold y'all together. Church ain't gonna hold y'all together. Your spirituality is not gonna hold y'all. Your religiosity is not gonna hold you together. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna run out too at some point. Your kids is not gonna hold you together. Like, yeah, you can busy yourself with them kids and all that as long as you can or whatever, but them kids move out. Once them kids grow up, move up out of there, it's still you and that person looking at each other or trying to avoid each other, right? Because you have failed to visit those prerequisites, which the basis, the first class is friendship. You know what I'm saying? In that dating stage, you know, the way this world done taught us, like we date, you feel me? Or maybe we don't date. You understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't even date. Like you might just slide, right? We ain't dating, we just slide. So that means we ain't even doing public outings and things of that nature, but we doing no public outings, but we're doing private innings. You feel me? No public outings, private innings is what we do, right? We slide. And that's funny. Innings has to do with baseball. Baseball has to do with sliding. That's crazy. Anyway, so but then there's dating, right? Because, you know, you may start off slide and then graduate to dating. Like, shoot, I actually like this person. You feel me? More than that. Like, I can actually see myself, you know. Yeah, they kind of, you know, I can see some ways that they compliment me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really enjoy this person. Let's date. Let's go out. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to that level, I feel like that should be more so of an interviewing process. You know what I'm saying? That's a process. That stage right there is a process where you're interviewing that person. And it's okay to be interviewing more than one person. Think about how people hire people on jobs and stuff like that. Like, the interview process is not exclusive to just one person. You feel me? One employee. We're going to just interview one person. And if we like them, then we're going to keep them. If we don't, then we're going to tell them we don't like them. And then we're going to try somebody else. It's like, nah, interview several people. Like, that's you. That's your life. Like, I wouldn't recommend like having sex with everybody. Because see, that's a thing too that we learn, right? See, that's how we mess up. Because all right, so look, listen. All right, so listen. Let me back up. Sliding, I'm just being real. Now, sliding can turn to dating, right? But one of the prerequisites even in that, and how we end up getting messed up along the lines like later, is that sex can do so much to cloud your judgment about a person. Like, so red flags. That's why you interviewing a person. That's why you dating them, interviewing them, getting to know them, their likes, their dislikes, their family history, all this crap. You ask them questions. You know what I'm saying? You find out things that you like about them, intriguing things. You also kind of, you know, tapping on some things that you may not, you know, like too much about them, right? How they react to certain things, right? It's a process, and so in that process, you don't want to cloud it. Like, if somebody come in for an interview, they interviewing for a job, right? The people who interviewing them is not finna like go out on a date with them, like, or, you know, or go have sex with them. All right, we're gonna have an intermission during the interview, and, you know, take you in the back room. Let me see how that thing ain't doing, and then if it's doing right, and then, you know what I'm saying? Can you see? Because they may not even be qualified. You feel me? But they good at sex. So then you qualify them on account of that, and then later on down the lines, you find out how much they're really not qualified. Like, you wouldn't have picked them if it wasn't for you. Just like, I don't even know how I missed that sign. I know. You missed it because you was enjoying something else. You feel me about them? So If you can, I would suggest, you to like stay away from, like, don't have sex with him yet. Don't have sex with him yet. Let that process, that interviewing process, be as non-biased as possible, right? As non-biased as possible. Let everything happen naturally. And you should value what you get out of that process more, right? And if you do value what you get out of that process, because that carries on in a long-lasting relationship, then you would wait on that. You know what I'm saying? Gather your information first. You feel me? Because like I said before, anybody you have sex with is a potential baby mama or baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who you can definitely end up having a child from. So take that just that serious. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you should be using, contraceptives and things of that nature, but listen, everybody not doing it, and I know, and it's not the safest way. I would implore you to, definitely at all times, right? But the fact of the matter is, it don't always happen like that. And sometimes you do use it and just, things happen, right? Anyway, so during that dating process, man, that's where you're trying to cultivate a friendship, right? And let's say this person does pass the dating stage, the interview stage, right? And you go and you let all the other potential the other people, you let all the other interviewers know that, listen, it was nice. Don't call me, I'll call you, right? And let them fade out, and you decide to hire this person, right? It ain't no window of time that you have to be dating this person. It's depending on the information. Information is currency, right? According to what you claim you want. If you're seeing these things in this person, all right, you're gathering the information, you're comparing it to your vision, which you should have, right? Male or female, young or old, you should always have a vision about whatever it is that you asking for in life. Likes and dislikes, right? Because ain't nobody gonna be perfect, but weigh that thing out. It's an agreement, right? It's a contract, so you should weigh out the pros and the cons, right? Let the pros outweigh the cons, and if you feel like, in this person, dang, the positives outweigh the negatives, and even with the negatives, I feel like I can deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I can deal with that. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? But so friendship is so important, man, that, all right. So, I done had to hit my wife with this a couple times. You feel me? Because once I got the revelation about it, I'm like, well, dang, shoot, hold on, wait, babe. She might have said something to me in a certain way, right? Something as simple as asking me to do something for her, like, could you go to the store? Could you bring me the remote? Anything. She ain't asking me for the remote because we got kids for that. But anyway, right? And it was it could be a certain tone, because you get used to somebody, and you get, like I said, you get used to the house, and you tend to take things for granted in the house because they haven't moved. The couch is still there in the same spot. All the furniture's in the same place. The house looks the same way over the years, and it gets monotonous. And when it gets monotonous, you tend to take things for granted without even realizing it. So even how you speak to your partner, you may be you got to monitor that. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be taking them for granted, and then that shows up in how you treat them. You know what I'm saying? You don't treat them as nice as you should. You know what I'm saying? And so, I done had to hit her with it. It can't. I done had to ask that question. Like, what? Well, hold on, babe. Now I'm gonna do it, but would you, if I was such and such? You got to call out one of the names of their friends. Would you have addressed me like that? Like, really? Like, would you have? Because one thing about friends, we handle them in more of a delicate manner, right? Why? Because we really value that friendship, and that friendship is not something that we feel like can't go away. So with marriages, we or a long-lasting relationship, you've been in a long time, you feel like, they ain't going nowhere. You got, even if you got kids, your baby daddy, you got kids with him, or she got kids, y'all got kids together. Sometimes people fool themselves into thinking they ain't going nowhere, right? Marriage still don't even mean he or she ain't going nowhere. So we tend to just, we don't put the filter on it. You know what I'm saying? We don't put the discretion on it as to how we address it them or whatever. But we would have kind of dealt with our friend a little bit different. Why? Because we value, we know that if I make I don't want to lose my friend. You know what I'm saying? And if your spouse or your partner was your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, was your friend actually friend, right? You like being around them, right? You love being around them. They're intriguing to you. Something about them is they're interesting to you. You love hearing them talk. Things that come out of their mouth, you value them, right? Like, you don't want to lose that. So you're gonna be careful as to how you actually. You're gonna be careful as to how you treat them. Point blank. Period. You know what I'm saying? And it makes a difference. So I slapped my girl with that before. Hey man, if I was such and such, would you have came at me like that? Because like and she can honestly be like, in one of her honest times, no, you right, babe. You know what I'm saying? Let me come again. You know what I'm saying? And let's just, it'll work good for us to keep that in mind, the forefront of our minds, when we're dealing with our partners, long time partners like that. It's respect, and it's an admiration that should never leave. And if you find yourself in a long lasting committed relationship and that ain't there, I can say that you may need to move some furniture around. You know what I'm saying? Rearrange the crib. You know what I'm saying? Move the couch over there. Let's rearrange the house. Let's redecorate. Buy some new picture frames or something, man. Anything to make it intriguing again. Go buy some toys. Go depending on what room, right? Go have sex in a different room. You know what I'm saying? Of the house that you never had sex in before, right? Change change something, right? If you care that much and you guys have agreed that I ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere, then man, look, man, change whatever need to be changed in there to make it intriguing and interesting again. You know what I'm saying? Because you care that much and you should care that much, right? So anyway, friendship. Let's talk about friend. That's how I go. I don't know. I don't remember the song. But anyway, R101, Relationship 101, man. Y'all like, subscribe. I'm just, from my experience, just, sharing some information. And, sometimes I just like to talk relationship. So, y'all holler back at me, leave some questions or something down there. And I see the questions or whatever, or topics that y'all may want me to address, and we can go at it. You know what I'm saying? I go live, and you can hook up with me in live, and we can go ahead and go at it. You feel me? Relationship is a sacred thing. Any level of relationship is sacred, whether it's between you and your spouse, you and your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, fathers, we could talk about relationships between fathers and their sons, fathers and their daughters. I got both. We could talk about relationships between, you and your fathers, you and your mother, like anything, man. Relationship 101, baby. R101. Love.